great spiritual temple. Jehovah's great spiritual temple is his arrangement for offering acceptable worship based on the sacrifice of Jesus Christ. In ancient times, faithful Israelites worshipped Jehovah at the tabernacle. Examining the tabernacle will help us better understand the great spiritual temple. The high priest represented the people before Jehovah. Once a year, the high priest would enter the most holy compartment of the tabernacle with the blood of a sacrifice. This sacrifice would atone for the sins of the nation. Jehovah anointed Jesus as high priest of the great spiritual temple in 29 CE. After his death and resurrection, Jesus went before Jehovah in the most holy of the spiritual temple, heaven itself. There, he presented his ransom sacrifice once for all time, for all people. The ancient tabernacle had a barrier that separated the most holy from the holy. Today, the holy represents the spirit-begotten condition of those who have the hope of serving as priests in heaven while they are still on earth. The curtain, separating the holy and most holy, represents the human flesh of spirit-begotten ones, something that prevents them from entering heaven. Outside the holy, before performing sacred service, priests cleanse themselves by means of a copper basin. That copper basin reminds the anointed to remain spiritually and morally clean. Do those that hope to live forever on earth have a place in the spiritual temple? In a vision, John saw a great crowd rendering Jehovah sacred service day and night in his temple. He hears them say, "Salvation we owe to our God, who is seated on the throne, and to the Lamb." The great crowd acknowledged that the ransom sacrifice of Jesus makes living forever on earth possible. Where in the spiritual temple do they worship? The tabernacle had a courtyard where priests performed their duties. The temples constructed later had an outer courtyard where those who were not priests could worship God. Those of the great crowd worshiped Jehovah in the earthly courtyard of the spiritual temple. They, along with the anointed, joyfully worship Jehovah in his spiritual temple by approaching him in prayer, publicly declaring their hope, meeting together, and encouraging one another. We can worship Jehovah anywhere as long as we remain in his spiritual temple. This arrangement will lead to the uniting of Jehovah's universal family. Jehovah God will fulfill his ultimate purpose.